Hari Om and welcome to all the divine Atmajyotis to today's contemplation on Karma Sanyasa Yoga, the fifth chapter in Bhagavadgita. We've been contemplating based on sriprabhuji's Purna Yoga talks. Today, we'll continue from the questions we have framed on the shloka 5.2. So, what is Srikrishna saying in 5.2? So, Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Sanyasa Karma Yogascha Nishreya Sakaravubhau Tayostu Karma Sanyasat Karma Yogo Vishishyate. Both the path of Karma Sanyasa means renunciation of action. Sanyasa means renunciation, karma means actions. And Karma Yoga, working in devotion, lead to the supreme goal. But Karma Yoga is superior to Karma Sanyasa. This is what Sri Krishna has said. Based on that, there are some questions that have been framed here. What is the supreme goal Sri Krishna is referring to? And why is Sri Krishna saying Karma Yoga is superior to Karma Sanyasa? As if, that is easier. In other words, is it that Karma Sanyasa is difficult? Or is it easy? Why and how? So these are the various questions that have come up. So you can consider all these questions as pointers for your contemplation, and you can share your viewpoints in what does it mean to you and how do you want to express yourself. Is there any questions, Mitaji?
Yeah, in the next sloka, this one say that both are the same. One who sees it, sees it different.
Correct. And that is the clarity towards which Sri Krishna takes. But to begin with, Sri Krishna is saying like this, right?
So how can it be superior and be the same?
Sure. So you can consider that question also. Right now, you can either restrict yourself to what Sri Krishna may be saying in 5.2, or we can also add another question. Later, Sri Krishna says, both are same. How can Karma Yoga be superior and same at the same time? Right? That is your question. So
Yes.
either you can consider this question also already, though 5.2 doesn't bring this awareness, it comes later. However, during contemplation for you, you can consider if you want to talk about it and mention, and we can also discuss what Shri Krishna may be meaning. Any other questions before we start contemplating? Okay. Who would like to begin? Anyone wants to begin? Smitaji, would you like to begin?
Yeah, I will try.
Yeah.
What is the supreme goal Sri Krishna refers to? And why is Karma Yoga superior to Karma Sanyasa Yoga? In different stages of life, the activities one perform in at a very early age, if one renounces everything and this is my belief, but there are a lot of younger sannyasis also, so I don't know if it is correct. But at a very early age, if one renounces and says, I will go off to the Himalayas, I will only do, not take up any action. I will only be in the, without any involvement in society, but without being, not performing any duties, does not, is one way of living. But in in the materialistic world, there are certain duties that one has to perform. Performing that with devotion, fulfilling those duties. When we say with devotion, my understanding is, without, uh, with what we have learned so far, say without the, being one with Lord, with the service in mind, without focusing on the results, being, believing that I'm not the doer, uh, doing the action, um, and that is more important. Otherwise you cannot, in the, for the purpose that you are on this earth will not be fulfilled, on this in this world will not be fulfilled. If everybody chooses to renounce and be, in a karma sannyasa, that also does not meet the purpose. Even to, uh, mm, even to exactly what Arjuna is doing, to perform a war is also a righteous action. So being able to perform that, that is what, that is why karma yoga is superior to karma sannyasa yoga. That you, without performing your duties, before completing that path, becoming a sannyasi and doing a karma sannyasa, renouncing everything, comes later. Without experiencing this, you cannot fulfill that. And that's why both are same. They lead to the same, but one, uh, uh, completing one and not experiencing the other, is where I'm seeing it the difference.
Okay. So according to your perspective, karma sannyasa is like leaving everything and then taking up a sannyasa ashrama. That's what you are saying as karma sannyasa, not doing anything.
Not really, not doing anything, but it is, of course, even in a sannyasa they are doing, but karma yoga is in within keeping, uh, uh, being detached yet being in the material world, working in the material world, versus attaining detachment from material world, while, uh, and doing their activity, which is not like a sannyasi is not doing anything. I'm not saying that, or a karma sannyasa is not that, but
Then what is the real distinction? They are also doing, they are also eating, they are also breathing, they are also talking.
yes,
The one who seems to be not in karma or the sannyasa ashrama, who's not wearing that dress, also seems to be doing the same activities. Is there a distinction then? What is karma sannyasa? If you focus on the words,
I would, I would want to listen to others.
sure,
I
sure.
would, yeah.
Yeah. So
Because I'm very confused as to why. That's
yeah,
why my question was that later
correct.
also. Why would it be superior if it is the same? Because I
Yeah,
see it as the same.
yeah, yeah,
Then why is it superior?
yeah, yeah,
But I don't want to put that, okay, only if somebody wearing orange clothes and is a karma sannyasi.
yeah.
So I don't see it that way. But that I'm unable to distinguish the two also.
Distinguish, correct. Yeah. So that is the distinction that Sri Krishna wants us to learn. The distinction between what we generally refer as sannyasa is somebody living according to those sannyasa ashrama principles. That is nothing but an institution called sannyasa, sannyasa ashrama. Just
Correct.
how a married person lives in an institution called
Grasta.
grihastha ashrama. So sannyasa ashrama is living according to certain institutional principles which are for the betterment of the society. Whereas karma sannyasa is what is the true essence of being a sannyasi. So karma sannyasa is not the dress or the
Correct. Correct.
person. It is the attitude and the realization.
So then
So,
somebody who has realized and working um, in that way.
correct.
So I
So
would
what we need
say,
to learn is what is the realization. When Sri Krishna says karma yoga, what is Sri Krishna referring to? When Sri Krishna says karma sannyasa, what is he referring to? Where is the sannyasa and how can one be detached from karma? So in karma yoga, it is as if like, be in union with karma, uh, be one with work. In karma sannyasa, it is as if like be detached from karma. The word generally, sannyasa means to be away.
if I were to given I mean from my perspective like an example, I'm just saying I mean again not to not maybe not be able to distinguish, but if you look at somebody who has like a farmer, he is doing karma yoga, he may not have any realization or renunciation or understanding of supreme goal, all those things, but very devotedly goes does the work, plants sowing the seed, plant taking nurturing the plants, taking care of the sowing. He or she is doing their karma yoga in utter devotion. They without even actually thinking about Lord Krishna and saying, oh, I'm doing this for you, or or from that benefit that I will get attain supreme the supreme goal, but they are doing it with sheer devotion. Their work, Kayavake, Kailasa, they are just doing their work. That is karma yoga. Versus somebody who has understood and want realize that uh, and yet also performs that devotion. I'm just seeing it as a distinction between the two. When you look at a lot of people who do selfless service without actually thinking, oh, I am doing service to Lord, I am doing this because I have read the scriptures, whether I have read I understand Bhagavad Gita, or I see this is the goal, versus somebody who has been enlightened or has read it and doing it. Sri Krishna is saying there is no distinction between the two. You are doing your duty without knowing me or with knowing me, but you are doing your duties with that devotion. That is why both are same.
Okay. So the entire Bhagavad Gita is essentially to bring about clarity in our intellect about various uh, concepts and truths. So while at the outset it appears like, okay, both seem to be doing something, but there is some distinction that Krishna wants us to establish and clearly identify. What is that? So you have started now looking at in that direction. Let's listen to all
Yeah,
others also, and then
sorry.
let's circle back.
Yeah, yeah, sorry, please.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Smita ji. Krishna ji, would you like to go next?
Yeah. Well, it is supreme goal. Krishna refers to why karma yoga is superior to karma. So the supreme goal here is to uh, uh, understand the truth and be in the union. That is like be with selfless mindset and also selfless action. So that is a supreme goal, and being with the consciousness. That is what Krishna is referring here. Why karma yoga is superior to karma sannyasa is, my understanding is, through Karma Yoga, like we are one is removing the enjoyership. What I mean by that is, through Karma Yoga, we are performing our duties in a dharmic way and also not being attached to the outcome, any outcome, positive or negative, by one's understanding. And through this, like, there is no enjoyership. And then, why this is superior to sannyasa, Karma Sanyasa Yoga is, um, through this, like, our vasanas is also getting um, purified. So I will be able to handle all the, or like attempt all the karmic impressions with the non-enjoyership mindset, and I would not be accumulating more desires. So I feel that's the reason it's Krishna is highlighting in specific in sloka, Karma Yoga is superior to Karma Sanyasa Yoga. So is Karma Yoga Sannyasa is easy or difficult? If so, why and how? So once we started, once we are practicing Karma Yoga, so Sannyasa is like two aspects. One is like it's a mindset, I feel. So basically sannyasa is being detached and having that non-doership also. But in a way, when implementing this sannyasa, uh, one is samsaric life, like the regular life, materialist type one who live, and also just before a few minutes we were discussing. It's not about the cloth we take, we put, and it's a mindset we have in one mind. So how do we practice Bhagavad-gita or Karma Sannyasa? It's all about that. So how it is like even the householder can perform, can be a sannyasi. So not being attached to the result, and even the doership will be lost uh, through this. So how, why, and how is done. Later, Krishna says both are same. How karma be superior and same at the same time. So how I'm seeing this question is like later part. So end goal is to uh, that's a point here, right? End goal is to attain the supreme goal. So at end of the day, both are leading to that path. So that's why it is same. So these are my understandings.
Okay. Thank you, Krishnaji.
Thank you.
ಪದ್ಮ ಅಮ್ಮ, ನೀವೇನಾದ್ರು ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀರಾ?
ಸರಿ. ಶ್ರೀಕೃಷ್ಣ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಕೊನೆಯದಾಗಿ ಮೋಕ್ಷ ಪಡೆಯೋದೇ ನಮ್ಮ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಗುರಿ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕರ್ಮ ಸನ್ಯಾಸ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಕರ್ಮ ಯೋಗನೇ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕರ್ಮ ಸನ್ಯಾಸ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು, ಕರ್ಮ ಸನ್ಯಾಸವನ್ನ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ನಾನು, ಸನ್ಯಾಸದ ಒಂದು ನಿಯಮಗಳನ್ನ ಪಾಲಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅನ್ನುವ ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯ ಒಂದು ಉದಾಹರಣೆಯನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆತನಲ್ಲೂ ಸಹ ನಾನು ಕರ್ತ ಅನ್ನುವುದು ಇದೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಕರ್ಮ ಯೋಗದಲ್ಲೂ ನಾನು ಕರ್ತ, ಆದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಭೋಗ್ತಾ ಅಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಕರ್ಮ ಫಲವನ್ನ ತ್ಯಾಗ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇಬ್ರಲ್ಲೂ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಕರ್ಮ ಫಲ ಯಾವಾಗ ತ್ಯಾಗ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಾನೋ ಅವಾಗ ಅವನು ಬಂಧ ಮುಕ್ತನಾಗ್ತಾನೆ, ಕರ್ಮ ಬಂಧನದಿಂದ ಮುಕ್ತನಾಗ್ತಾನೆ. ಅವನಿಗೆ ಯಾವ ಕರ್ಮವು ಬಂಧನಕ್ಕೆ ಒಳಪಡಿಸಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇಬ್ರು ಸಹ ಯಾವ್ದೇ ಕರ್ಮ ಯೋಗಿ ಆಗಿರ್ಬಹುದು ಅಥವಾ ಕರ್ಮ ಸನ್ಯಾಸ ಯೋಗಿ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಸನ್ಯಾಸವನ್ನ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡಿರುವಂತಹ ಯೋಗಿನೇ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಇಬ್ಬರದು ಸಹ ಒಂದೇ ಗುರಿಯು ಒಂದೇ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಕರ್ತೃತ್ವ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಆದ್ರೆ ಫಲ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅವರು ಕರ್ಮ ಬಂಧನದಿಂದ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದು ಸುಲಭ ಯಾವುದು ಕಷ್ಟ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಇನ್ನು ಕರ್ತೃತ್ವ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಕರ್ಮ ಸನ್ಯಾಸ ಯೋಗಿಗೆ ಅವನಿಗೆ ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಅವನು ತನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಆ ಸನ್ಯಾಸದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದಂತಹ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯಗಳನ್ನ, ಅವನ ನಿಯಮಗಳನ್ನ, ಕರ್ತವ್ಯ ಅಲ್ಲ ನಿಯಮಗಳನ್ನ ಪಾಲಿಸಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇದೆಯಾ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಅವನು ಪೂರ್ತಿಯಾಗಿ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಅದರಲ್ಲೇ ಸ್ಥಿತವಾಗಿರೋದಾದ್ರೆ ಕರ್ಮ ಸನ್ಯಾಸ ಯೋಗ ಒಳ್ಳೇದೇನೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಈ ಗೃಹಸ್ಥನಿಗೆ ಕರ್ಮ ಯೋಗದಲ್ಲೇ ಇದ್ದುಕೊಂಡು ಆ ಒಂದು ಗುರಿಯನ್ನ ತಲುಪೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅದು ಬಹಳ ಸುಲಭವಾಗಿ ಇರುವಂತಹದ್ದು. ಇದನ್ನ ಆಚರಣೆ ಮಾಡೋದು ಬಹಳ ಸುಲಭವಾಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅದೇನೆ ಉತ್ತಮ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಶ್ರೀಕೃಷ್ಣನ ಅನಿಸಿಕೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಡು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಯಾವಾಗ ನಾನು ಕರ್ತೃತ್ವವನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಅಂದಾಗ ಆ ಕರ್ಮ ಸನ್ಯಾಸ ಯೋಗ ಮುಂದೆ ಉತ್ತಮವಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಕರ್ಮ ಯೋಗಿಯು ಆ ಒಂದು ಹಂತವನ್ನ ತಲುಪ್ತಾನೆ. ಕರ್ಮ ಯೋಗವನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗತ್ತೆ ನಾನು ಕರ್ತೃ ಅಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಮುಂದೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ.
ಪದ್ಮಮ್ಮ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ?
ಹಾ ಸರ್.
ಮತ್ತೇನಾದ್ರು ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀರಾ?
ಈ ಶ್ಲೋಕದಲ್ಲ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್ ನನಗ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿರೋದು.
ಆಗ್ಲಿ ಅಮ್ಮ, ಧನ್ಯವಾದ. ಅನಿಶಾ ಜಿ.
Yes. The supreme goal that Krishna is referring here to is Karma Sanyasa. Karma Yoga is superior to that of the. Sir, 1 second, I'm able to hear. I'm echoing.
Now you can speak, Ji.
Yeah. Sir, so Krishna here is referring that Karma Yoga is supreme to that of Karma Sanyasa Yoga. So, Karma Yoga is superior to Karma Sanyasa Yoga. I feel that because Karma Sanyasa is like staying away from the staying detached from the world, from all the materialistic things, and being devoted to God all the time. And Karma Yoga is like doing your work without expecting without worrying about the results. So Krishna is saying that it is better to do your actions instead of just getting detached from it or escaping from it. So he's saying Karma Yoga is superior to that of Karma Sanyasa. And is Karma Sanyasa Yoga easy or difficult? I feel that Karma Sanyasa Yoga is difficult because just by saying that just by getting detached from the world and just going and saying I will become sannyasa, it won't work. You have to have a mind set up for that. So you can't easily become a sannyasa just by saying that. So yeah, so that's what I have understood.
Very nice, Ji. Do you like to take up the fourth question?
No, sir, that is not clear
not
for
clear.
me.
Okay, sure. Thank you, Anisha ji.
Thank
Khushi ji. ಹೇಳಿ ಪದ್ಮ ಅಮ್ಮ.
ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಆಗೋಗ್ಲಿ ಸರ್, ಅವ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ.
ಮುಗೀತು ಅವ್ರದ್ದು. ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿ ಅಮ್ಮ, ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ?
ಒಂದು ಕತೆ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ದೆ ನಾನು, ಅದನ್ನ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಏನಂದ್ರೆ, ಒಬ್ಬ ರಾಜ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ, ಅವನು ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ ಹೀಗೆ, ಕರ್ಮ ಯೋಗ ಸರಿನೋ ಅಥವಾ ಕರ್ಮ ಸನ್ಯಾಸ ಯೋಗನೋ ಅಂತ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಎಲ್ರನ್ನೂ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ. ಅವಾಗ ಒಬ್ರು ಜ್ಞಾನಿಗಳು ಸಿಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವರು ಬಾಯಿಲಿ ನಿಂಗೆ ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಬೇರೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ರಾಜ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಯಂವರ ನಡೀತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಹೆಣ್ಮಗಳು ಒಬ್ಬ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಾರ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬಂದು ಸ್ವಯಂವರದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬ ಸನ್ಯಾಸಿ ಕುತ್ತಿಗೆಗೆ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾಳೆ. ಅವಾಗ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಸನ್ಯಾಸಿ ಹಾರ ತೆಗ್ದು ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು, ನಾನ್ ಸನ್ಯಾಸಿ, ನನಗೆ ನಾನ್ ಮದ್ವೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೊರಟೋಗ್ತಾನೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅದನ್ನ ನೋಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಇವರು, ಕಾಡಿಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. ತುಂಬಾ ಹಸುವಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಪಾಪ, ತುಂಬಾ ಚಳಿ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಕಾಡು. ತಿನ್ನೋಕ್ಕೂ ಏನು ಇರಲ್ಲ, ಚಳಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಹೊದ್ಕೊಳಕ್ಕೂ ಏನು ಇರಲ್ಲ, ನಡುಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಒಂದ್ ಮರದ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಪಕ್ಷಿಗಳು ಗೂಡು ಕಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿರುತ್ತವೆ. ಆ ಗೂಡಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಗಂಡು ಪಕ್ಷಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದಲೋ ಒಂದು ಇದು ಬೆಂಕಿ ಕಡ್ಡಿಯ ಒಂದು ಇದನ್ನ ತಗೊಂಡು ಬಂದು ಅವರ ಮುಂದೆ ಹಾಕತ್ತೆ. ಸರಿ, ಆ ಬೆಂಕಿಲಿ ಬೇರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪುಳ್ಳೆಗಳು ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬಂದು ಇವ್ರು ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ಆ ಬೆಂಕಿ ಕಾಯಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇವ್ರಿಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಹಸುವಾಗಿರೋದು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಗಂಡು ಪಕ್ಷಿ ಆ ಬೆಂಕಿಲಿ ಹಾರ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ, ಇವ್ರಿಗೆ ಆಹಾರ ಆಗ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು ಅಂತಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು. ಅದ ಇವ್ರಿಬ್ರು ಇದಾರೆ, ಇಷ್ಟು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಇವ್ರಿಗೆ ಎಲ್ ಸಾಕಾಗತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆ ಹೆಣ್ ಪಕ್ಷಿನೂ ಹಾರ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಅದನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅಪ್ಪ ಅಮ್ಮ ನೋಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆ ಮಕ್ಳುನು ಪಾಪ ಹಾರ್ಬಿಡತ್ವೆ. ಈ ತರ ಎಲ್ಲ ತ್ಯಾಗ ಮಾಡತ್ವೆ. ಈ ರೀತಿ ತ್ಯಾಗ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಇವಾಗ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಆ ಜ್ಞಾನಿಗಳು, ಇವಾಗ ಕರ್ಮ ಸನ್ಯಾಸ ಉತ್ತಮನ, ಕರ್ಮ ಯೋಗ ಉತ್ತಮನ ಅಂತಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು. ಅವನಿಗೆ ಕರ್ತೃತ್ವ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅವನು ಸ್ವಯಂವರಕ್ಕೆ ಬರಬಾರ್ದಿತ್ತು. ಕರ್ತೃತ್ವ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ರೆ ಅವನು ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ನನ್ಗೇನ್ ಕೆಲ್ಸ ಅಂತ ಇರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದ. ಅವಾಗ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತು, ಕರ್ಮ ಯೋಗನೇ ಉತ್ತಮ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು.
ಆಗ್ಲಿ ಅಮ್ಮ, ಧನ್ಯವಾದ. ಖುಷಿಜಿ?
Yes, sir. So what is the supreme goal Shri Krishna here referring is Karma Yoga, that is selflessly performing a task or something that they believe that they truly believe in, without caring or without thinking what the final goal is, without being attached to anything, or without having any personal deeds regarding the final goal. It's like being selfless about whatever they are doing, and they are least bothered about what the final goal will be. And here, why Karma Yoga is superior to Karma Sanyasa Yoga, I feel that Karma Sanyasa Yoga is something like after a certain point, him or her, like they get detached to someone, or they cut off the ties with the world, and then they start doing the selfless act in order to do, like, I mean, karma sannyasa yoga is something like after they realize that being selfless is a good thing, they start to take up the action without being attached to someone. But karma yoga is something like right from the beginning, they are very clear that they have to selflessly do something and believe in what they are doing. So I feel that is why karma yoga is more superior to karma sannyasa yoga. And karma sannyasa yoga is easy or difficult. I feel it is easy because the mindset of the Karma Sanyasi Yogi will be very strong. That is why they have taken up the decision to cut off the ties with the world. So it is their mindset which makes it easy for them to do what they are doing. So that is why I feel it is easy for them to take up this decision. And later, Shri Krishna says that both are same, because after the realization hits, Karma Sannyas Yoga and Karma Yoga both will be on the same page, saying that they are both selflessly doing or performing action without being bothered about what the end goal will be. But again, Karma Yoga is superior because the mindset of Karma Yoga yogi right from the beginning was very clear. So, with the pure intention, they were already performing the task what they were performing. And Karma Sannyas Yogi, after the realization hit, they were they got on this track. So, this is what I feel.
All right. Thank you, Kushiji. One question for you. You said in the Karma Yoga, there is no focus on the goal. Doesn't
Yes.
matter what the goal is. Is that what Karma Yoga means to you?
So I feel like they are like believing in the process, and they are like, okay, somewhere they know that this is leading to somewhere good, but again it will become materialistic to think about the final goal, like yes, I want this, or I want particular thing, that is why I am doing this.
Okay.
So maybe that is because yes.
So someone then who's practicing Karma Yoga
Hmm.
wouldn't have a particular goal. Is that what you are saying?
No. They will have a particular goal, but they are not like constricted to the one particular thing. Like something good only should happen. Like in return, they should get only good, even if they are doing good deeds. Like they are not like thinking that they should deserve good in return.
Okay, so what is the connection between the goal that you refer to and the good or not good that you are referring to? Are they distinct ideas? What are they?
So it's like today, if I am watering plants, I am doing a good deed. Like, okay, I'm watering plants, and I
In
like
that, what is
if
the
I'm
goal? In that, what is the
goal
goal?
is to get a fruit
Mm-hmm.
from the plant which I'm watering. Someday, I need a fruit from that.
Mm.
So, if I'm watering today, every day, consistently, if I'm watering, but something happens like lightning strikes, or maybe some weather, because of weather condition, or somebody steals the fruit overnight. So, should not give up on the plant, or I should not give up on what I'm doing. I should continue doing that. Just because somebody stole my fruit or something happened to it does not mean that I should stop doing good things.
So I want fruit is
Hmm.
what the goal is. So therefore, I'm watering the plant.
Huh.
And if someone has stolen the fruit,
Hmm.
have I gotten the fruit?
No. Like I haven't gotten the fruit.
I lost the fruit.
Yeah.
Okay.
But even if I lost the fruit, I should not stop watering the plants.
Okay. And according to you, when you say good deed, what
Hmm.
is good in that deed?
Uh, so watering plants is a good deed, right? Like I'm thinking about the like nature kind of.
Is there a difference between someone who is watering the, let's say, that particular plant,
Hmm.
is, let's say, you have a small fruit orchard that
Hmm.
belongs to you,
Hmm.
and you are watering the plant there,
Hmm.
I will get the fruits, correct?
Yes.
Is there a difference between such a person
Hmm.
and someone, have you heard about a lady called Salu Marada Timmakka?
No, sir.
Okay. So Salu Marada Timmakka is a lady who saw that, near her village, the main road,
Hmm.
lost all the trees, and there was not enough shade, and it was like a very hot when somebody is traveling. So she
Okay.
decided that, let me start planting trees along this highway. She
Hmm.
and her husband, for almost like 24 years, every day they put some plants, they put various protection around it. They would carry water from several miles because there was no source of water there. And they
Hmm.
started watering those plants. And over the years, those trees became very big trees. And she has been awarded a Padma Award also for the kind of the work that she has done. Uh,
Hmm.
Towards the end, I can even show you a video of Salomar Datimaka. The question
Okay.
is there a difference between the watering the plant by Salomar Datimaka and you watering the plant behind your house in your fruit orchard?
Yeah, sir. Her goal was to provide shade for everyone that is passing from the road. But here I was thinking about a fruit, but at the end it got stolen. But again, keeping to continue watering it, yes, it is different. I feel.
Okay, what is the difference between these two? See, both have a goal. In one,
Huh.
the goal is I want fruit. In another, the
Hmm.
goal is I want the shade for the people. I'm just giving a simple example.
Huh.
So,
She's
what have both?
thinking. Yes, she's thinking about everyone that is passing from that road without having materialistic thoughts like why should I do for them, and like I'm getting water from so far just to provide shed to people, like those who are even like those I don't even know them.
That is
So she's
materialistic,
selflessly.
right?
Yeah.
Isn't that materialistic? What is
No, no,
materialistic?
it is not material.
People are passing, they need shade. Very materialistic
Huh.
goal.
It is not materialistic. It
Okay,
is
according to you,
actually
what is materialistic?
like materialistic is like if she would have thought like I am watering plants just because they should get shade, then they should in return give me something or like do something to me in favor to me. That would become materialistic. She did it because she selflessly thought about the other people.
Okay. So the word material in the materialistic, what does
Hmm.
that refer to according to you?
Expecting something in return.
You are also expecting a fruit in return. She's also expecting shade in return.
Yeah, yeah.
So what is not materialistic in either yours or hers?
She is not expecting it for herself only. She is
So
expect.
according to you, materialistic is when you expect something for you,
Huh.
when you expect it for others, it is non-materialistic.
Yes. Mm.
But in both the cases, you are expecting a material there, right? In your case,
Mm.
a material called fruit to be consumed, In her case,
Mm-hmm.
a material called shade over the road.
Right, right.
The shade is also by the trees, and that is a pure material, right? If that tree wasn't there, there would not be a shade.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
That material called tree, there is no shade.
Right.
So what is materialistic then?
So I'm not sure about this.
Okay.
Yeah.
So one is the distinction to have between what is materialistic and non-materialistic.
Hmm.
The other one is, now in this case you said what she is doing, is that karma yoga, or what you are doing, is that karma yoga? You are watering the plant, is that karma yoga? She is also watering the plant, is that karma
Huh.
yoga?
So I feel her scenario is more relatable to Karma Yoga.
So you watering the plant is not karma yoga.
Yeah, because I am not doing it for everybody else. She's doing it for everyone. Like mine is somewhere Karma Yoga because like watering plants is a good deed, but she's doing it without thinking it for herself, and she's doing it too for a like as a good service to everyone like around her.
Okay. Now let us take one another activity.
Mhm.
Let's say you are eating your breakfast.
Uh,
Why are you eating your breakfast?
to gain energy.
To gain energy. Okay. Now, do you think even Salomarda Timmakka would be eating breakfast?
Yes, yes.
Why is she eating breakfast?
To gain energy to do like to bring the water to water the plants.
But while eating food, you're eating thinking, it's for me.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So, does that activity that you do
Mm.
and the same activity that Salomarda Timmakka does, so then are both of them not karma yoga now? So is karma yoga only when she's carrying water and then pouring water to those plants? Because only that is the one which is for others, right?
Yes,
Eating
sir.
food is for me.
Yes. Um, I'm not sure about this.
Okay.
Mm.
All right. So these are the distinctions that we need to see and clearly establish what is that Sri Krishna is pointing at. So
Okay.
Salumarda Timmakka, a karma yogi. One more question to Charanji.
Hmm.
So is she doing karma yoga or karma sannyasa yoga?
She's doing Karma Sanyasa Yoga because after the realization that hit her, like there is no shed on the road. After that, she performed like the task of growing trees.
Okay, so that would be called karma sannyasa according to you.
Yes, sir.
Then what is karma yoga? Because you said, her watering the plant is actually true karma yoga than you watering the plant.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So,
Yes, right.
yeah, so slightly confusing, isn't it?
Yes, right.
Thank you very much,
Okay.
Shiji.
Thank you.
Padmaji, would you like to address these confusions?
Yeah. Sir, I'll start with the first one. So like everyone said, Krishna is suggesting karma yoga as a means for everyone. It doesn't have any special requirement because in our day-to-day life, that is how we have to live, or that is how we are living, where we have our social duties where our family is involved, the society is involved, the world, and we are doing some actions in both these places. Along with that, a karma yogi is also doing a spiritual duty. Say he is doing some puja, some rituals. So all these form the crux of the actions that is performed by a karma yogi or a in karma yoga. Here, the like we saw in the last class, this is based on this is not where we give up the fruits of the action is what, and we dedicate everything to God, and that is how we perform the karma yoga. Whereas the karma sannyasa yoga, it is comparative to karma yoga. Karma sannyasa yoga is difficult because one has to rise above these bodily oriented duties and all that and focus on the spiritual elevation. So here Krishna is referring to the state of mind rather than to the action itself. What is the state of mind with which a karma yoga is done and a karma sannyasa yoga is done? The differentiation is in the state of the mind. Because for a karma yoga or for people like us who are into both, we have not taken sannyasa from the world. So we have the responsibility of doing all the tasks in this world, and also along with that we are doing this satsanga. We have the blessings and grace of Guruji, who is guiding us on the spiritual path. So somewhere we are trying to balance these two things and go forward. There may be some shortfalls in either of the things, but anyway, we are going like this. However, a person who has actually transcended this and gone into a sannyasa mode, he doesn't have any family or all these things to be taken care of. His focus is only on his spiritual elevation. So that is why Krishna is saying that karma yoga is relatively or comparatively easier for anyone to do. This is the first thing that I can understand from this. After that, how can a karma yoga transform into a karma sannyasa yoga? That is what he is trying to explain in this shloka. As you do karma yoga, first you are not focusing on the fruits of the actions. When you are not focusing on the fruits of the action, you are doing with a yajna bhava, right? For God you are doing. As you continue to do everything for God or for the yajna bhava, slowly your mind starts seeing that God in everyone. So then there is no distinction between what you are doing in your social life and in your spiritual life. It becomes one and the same, and that is how the karma yoga translates into the karma sannyasa yoga. The best example for this would be King Janaka. He was a realized king. So doesn't mean he gave up all his kingly attires, the jewels, the crown and the gold and the chariot and living in a palace, right? So when you are in the path of a karma sannyasa yogi, you can live as anyone. You can live as a king, you can live as a beggar, you can live as a prostitute. The bhava is only to serve God. So however you keep me, it is okay with me. That is the bhava that comes there. So you are not focused on, oh, I am a king, so this is how I should live. These are the things, or these are the people I should interact with. All those things are not there. There is a samatvam. So only in the samatvam, the mind can be detached from the actions which are arising from the sense pleasures and the ego, which is driving all this. So when you have that samatvam, that is one of the quality of the karma sannyasa yogi, where he is not focused at all on what these actions are giving me. They are not making me happy. They are not making me sad also. So I am doing it only with the bhava that all this is Ishwararpitam. This is all for Krishna. So everyone around also, I start seeing that only in everything I do. Not only in people, in every living thing, in trees, like how you gave an example of Amma, she got the award now. But if you look at her when she came to receive the award, how frail was she? She didn't look like someone who is giving so much importance to her body. The kind of importance that she gave to the selfless service, the bhava of having everyone should have that, the shade, or everyone should get the benefit of that tree. She may not be existing in this body to see how it is helping others, but that bhava of uh, serving the mankind, every tree, even after I do not exist in this body, there will be some child, some person tomorrow who will come and sit under that tree, and without even realizing, they might just say a blessing that, oh, I thank so much to this nature or this universe and whoever planted this tree. So that is the bhava that she wanted to serve them with. Again, it is not with the expectation that somebody is going to do that. She just did it from a perspective that, even if I am not here to benefit it, let it be planted, because there is nothing here which can help others. How can I help others is the motive here. So that is how the Karma Yoga translates into Karma Sanyasa Yoga, and the Karma Yogi becomes a Karma Sanyasa Yogi. This is my understanding, sir.
The questions that we discussed with Kushi
Hmm.
how do you want to bring the distinction, Ji? Is Salumarda Timmakka a karma yogi or a karma sannyasa yogi?
I think they both are same. So this is what I would like to say, that to even Smitaji's question that began in the beginning of the session, why does he say first that Karma Yoga is better than Karma Sannyasa Yoga, and then 2-3 shlokas later, he is the one who is saying that it is the same. They both are same. They are not different. Why does he say that? Same thing what I said just now. Once you do everything for God, you have the bhava of a dasa, isn't it? Like Hanuman. You do the actions because it is the intention of Rama. Because Rama wants it, he does it. He did not ask, why should I go and rescue Sita? What am I going to get? No. For him, Rama was his ultimate. There is nothing else other than Rama for him in this universe. So whatever Rama said is what Hanuman will do. Hanuman did. And similarly, when you do everything for Krishna as his servant, you become his servant. When you become a servant, you never question the master. No, why I have to do this? Or what is the purpose? Why you are asking me to do this? This kind of question doesn't arise only. There is only one thing. There is an instruction. There is a response. And that response is matching the instruction. It is never questioning or never this thing. So what they do externally doesn't matter after that, right? Because the state of mind is what is having the what is important here. With what state of mind are you performing? Whether you are whether you think you are a karma yogi, or whether you think you are a karma sannyasa yogi, is it not there in the mind only? When I make food for my family, if I think each one is God, and I might be inspired, somewhere the Shakti might come even to make all the 7-8 dishes that each one likes. However, if I am doing it, I have to do this. My God, this cooking is such a task. One thing is, I will not be able to make even one person happy, because that is so binding to me. That activity itself is so, like, it's a struggle for me that I don't want to do. However, I am forced to do, so I will somehow finish it. So that is not going to benefit me also. No, what is the state of mind that I am in? So then that is only going to get translated to whoever is going to eat that food. That is the bhava I am referring to. However, if you think that, oh, Krishna has given me the job of, it's such a beautiful job that I am able to cook and provide people something. So then I might think the thought process itself changes, the state of mind changes, because now I want to give my best. I want to do the best. and not worry about how it's going to turn out, because the love and the bhava will make the food tasty. I don't have to worry about the taste there. That is what I think he is referring to here. So if you look at Amma, when she planted a tree, for somebody exterior could have seen, ayo, what is this lady going to get by planting so many trees? You know, she would have probably put some effort in taking care of herself before she planted this tree. That could have been an attitude of someone who's looking at her. But for her, that bhava, that no, there is no shade here, let me plant all this without worrying when the tree will grow, how it will grow, who is going to water it when I am not there. All this is not there, because for her, she is seeing the Krishna in the tree. The action is Krishna. The one who is doing is Krishna. Everything is Krishna. So there is no worry or anxiety about who is going to do what. That is the thing that I feel, Khushiji. What about what you said? I hope it, it brings some clarity. Or
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Anything
That
more
is
you
all.
want to add, Padmaji?
Sorry, sir.
Anything more?
No, sir. This is what I have understood, sir, from what Krishna has tried to say, from understanding the shloka and its meaning. This is what is my interpretation, sir. That they both are the same. Yes, he begins by saying that it is different, because he wants to highlight what is the difference. The state of mind that he wants to point at is why he is bringing the distinction to begin with. But then he says that this is what is the thing. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Padmaji. When we are interpreting these shlokas and looking at how they're applicable to our day-to-day life and what is the realization, broadly, there are three ways in which these are interpreted broadly. The three main ways of realization. In one sense, the three ways are not necessarily three distinct ways, but still let us understand them first. Because when you and I interpret, the interpretation could be from what is generally referred as a dualistic Dvaita Bhava. What is Dvaita Bhava? I am here, and whatever this is created by someone, because there is a concept of a God. So, me and the world, or me and the God, Dvaita. I am separate from the world, I am separate from the God. This is the Dvaita Bhava, dualistic. I am separate. I'm someone else, and look at this world, it is something else. And this is something that I did not do, so there may be a God. So there is a Dvaita. And someone to move towards a higher goal. What does it mean to move towards a higher goal, and why should one feel like moving towards a higher goal? Reasons may be many, but fundamentally, when there is me and the world, me and the God, there is a sense of separation. And that sense of separation comes in as a sense of some kind of either when I look at the world, I may get, oh, look, the world is so big. The world can come and do something to me. So when there is a Dvaita Bhava, when there is a separation, whatever is separate from me, depending upon how much I know about it, it can either become an instrument of fear or an instrument of, I may feel, oh, I'm much better than that. If there's an ant, I may feel, oh, I can snap the ant away. If an ant is crawling, and if let's say the ant bites me, and if I'm not necessarily happy with it, I may snub it away. I can say, look, you're so chotu, you're useless. I'm snubbing you away. So it can lead to a sense of either I'm inferior. If let's say the same thing happens in front of an elephant, I may feel, oh, yo, the elephant can cause something to me. The elephant is much bigger. So like that, I when I have a Dvaita, I am separate from that elephant, I'm separate from that ant, I'm separate from this world, I'm separate from this God. It can either create a sense of superiority or a inferiority. So that in turn causes a sense of tension, worry, or pride. So that is the fundamental reason why there is a sense of imbalance. It is not harmonious. When I feel fearful, I feel out of balance. When I feel pride also, I feel out of balance. So there is a sense of out of balance. It is not something, within me keeps bothering. Oh, I'm fearful, and I don't want to live like this. Or, that pride also, people around me are not necessarily very happy. I feel some kind of a worry if somebody seems to be better than me, because the pride means that, I'm superior. The moment I see someone superior than that, there's a natural tension, the natural fear that comes in. If I feel I'm superior to an ant, the moment I see an elephant, I already have an inferiority. So superiority naturally has the other side of the coin, which is inferiority. So a Dvaita Bhava, a sense of separation, naturally brings in this kind of a inferiority or superiority, because it's all about relative measurement. With what am I measuring? Like we say, no, there is a wonderful story of two neighbors who used to always fight with each other. And they would always do something to irritate the other. So one day, this fellow took all the garbage from his house and threw it in the other compound. And the other knew who did it. So what he did was, he gathered his own garbage, that garbage, and a couple of other neighbors' garbage. And in the night, he went and dumped it in front of his gate. So like that, they used to fight with each other. One day, it so happened that one of the neighbor suddenly had God appear in front of him. And God said, I'm going to give you whatever you wish for. You wish. And before he could open his mouth, God said, but only one small condition. Whatever you get, your neighbor with whom you are fighting, he will get twice of it. This fellow started thinking, twice of it. If I ask 100 rupee, he will get 200 rupee. If I want one house, he will get two house. What should I ask? He was very clever. He said, God, take out one of my eyes. So, a Dvaita, a sense of comparison, is always going to lead to this kind of a behavior, because I'm separate. Fundamentally, I'm separate. I feel I'm different. I'm not this. I'm only this. So it breeds this kind of a contempt in one form or the other. Look at the nature of today's world, where there is war happening. What is fundamental source of that war? The fundamental source of war is my interpretation of what the world is. My interpretation of who the God is the final interpretation. Your interpretation, your way of looking at the world, your way of understanding about reality is incorrect. My way or highway, as we say. So for that, I'm even willing to come and murder you. So like that, any sense of separation breeds contempt fundamentally, because there is a raga and dvesha that is getting created. So this is one philosophy. Therefore, to kind of transform such a mind, what great masters have found is, see, if you continue to live life like that, it is going to be detrimental to you only and to the larger society. So to transform, slowly start working towards how, as if you're doing everything for God. Still, the sense of duality is not removed, but now a path of transformation has opened up. A path of transformation. Do whatever you're doing as a service to God. In that, if I'm planting, for whose sake I'm planting? For God's sake. For whose sake I'm watering? For God's sake. So, like that, do it for the sake of the God. Start seeing God in others. Slowly, the mind that was caught up very deeply in me and others, slowly starts transforming towards the others are also equally important. An ant is as equal as an elephant. An elephant is as equal as a drop of water. So there is actually nothing that is superior or inferior in the large scheme of things. Everything balances everything else. Just as a simple example, if let's say, for example, in a given field, if you have no snakes, it'll get infested with a lot of rats. And if you have rats, you cannot really grow anything. So even one or two snakes will bring a balance. But if there are more snakes, they themselves become another kind of imbalance. So the way nature is simply there is a natural harmony in how to balance each other. It naturally knows. It naturally brings up the opposing force. If there are more snakes, mongooses may come there. Like that, there's a natural balance and harmony that is established. Similarly, in your mind and my mind, that is caught up in me and mine and the others seen as a source of contempt, or others seen as a source of my pride, that has to transform because a natural harmony has to come. That is a supreme goal. You and I ultimately don't want to be happy only during 5 o'clock in the morning to 5:30 when maybe you're doing some deep pranayama, or only during 7 o'clock to 7:30 when you may be doing your puja to your Ishtadevata, or only during evening when you may be sitting and chanting your japa, or whatever that brings you that pleasure. So you and I, not only during that time, but in all other times also, we want that same sense of peace and harmony. Because supreme means what? That which cannot be modified, that which cannot be taken away. What is supreme? That which is above everything else. So when Srikrishna says moksha is a supreme goal, moksha means what? Liberation. Liberation means what? Liberation from all these tensions, worries, all these fears, anxieties. When you are free from all this, when all the time, then that must be true moksha, isn't it? I'm peaceful, I'm harmonious, I have nothing to gain or lose, I have nothing to fear or be afraid of. And I am not the source of any kind of a fear or anxiety for anyone else. Why? Fundamentally, like between a mother and a child, there is no sense of fear or anxiety. There is something else that binds them. There's a sense of belongingness, sense of care and kindness towards each other, bonding that we generally refer as love. When I develop that love to all, that is when I have a chance of true transformation, which is to realize my true nature. What is my true nature? My true nature is I am not the doer, I am not the enjoyer, I am that pure divine self, which has nothing to gain, nothing to lose. Because I am here and this is the world. This is a view of the world if you see. What do we mean by world? World is a place where I go and do something and get something. This is nothing but the world. This triangle represents world. And how I think of myself, I am here doing something, getting something in the world. This tendency in the mind has to be modified into I am part of the world, and what I do contributes to the world. I get something from the world, I enjoy something from the world, I have to offer something to the world. With that, this fellow who's strongly looking for what can I gain or being afraid of what will I lose in the world, this sense of who I am, what we refer as the ego, aham akara, this ego, this me, whoever that is me, that me looking at the world as a place to get something and to lose something has to slowly transform into I offer something and I am part of the world. Will start bringing in some sense of peace and harmony. Why? Because now I am not separate from the world. I am part of the world. This is from a pure Dvaita, from a dual, I am separate, to a Vishishta Advaita. Vishishta Advaita means, oh, I can see I am part of everything else. And everything else is harmoniously blended. Vishishta Advaita. But still there is a me and everything else. But now there is a sense of harmony that is getting created. However, the fundamental reality of life is I am not this or this. I am pure consciousness. I am this purity. And this purity is what is appearing as this and this. And they are not separate from me. Advaita, no separation. Advaita, no separation. Dvaita means there is still some separation. Advaita means no separation. So, the journey of a spiritual seeker, the one who is initially disturbed, Arjuna Vishada, Arjuna is in Vishada, is disturbed because he is not yet understood what is world. World is nothing but this triangle. He has not yet understood that I am this ego entity. I have created an ego entity. He has not yet understood that. He has not yet understood that I am this pure essence. He has not yet understood that this pure essence itself is appearing as this and this. He has not yet understood all of this. Not as a matter of philosophy, but as a matter of realization. He has not yet realized it. Therefore, he is in Vishada, Arjuna Vishada. And therefore, Srikrishna is taking him from his Vishada towards his very source, towards who he really is. And in this journey, this is the path from Arjuna's viewpoint. So for that, the first is Arjuna, who's constantly brooding over what I got, what I did not get. Because in his mind, in Arjuna's mind, the world is separate from him. And he is in the world doing something, getting something. And Sri Krishna knows that that is merely a wrong understanding. But that wrong understanding cannot be removed simply by saying it. If Arjuna was ready by mere pointing to the reality of your true nature, Arjuna would have become free and would have realized that I and the world are not two, that I am the world, world is me. And then he wouldn't have a question about should I do or not do. He would not have a question about is karma better or Karma Sanyasa better. But because his realization is not yet complete, first his mind has to transform towards that I am part of the world. So Karma Yoga is do action for the benefit of the others. Yagna Bhava, do whatever you're doing with a sense of offering. For whose sake? For others' sake. Plant the tree. Water the tree. For whose sake? May it be of value to everybody else. Though you may grow it in your backyard, oh, let the birds enjoy. When the fruits come, I will offer those fruits to everybody else. There's a real life story of my Acharya Vinay. In his front yard, there used to be a sapota tree. And some children from the local homes would sometimes come and steal those fruits. One day he caught them. And unlike others, he did not say, I'm going to beat you. He said, what you want? Fruits, right? So instead of stealing, shall we do one thing this time? Why don't you, for the next few days, come and care for this plant? Let's all start watering this plant. Let's make sure this plant grows better. And whatever comes, end of this year, let us all share. Is that okay? All the children liked it. So they started coming and caring for that plant. For a period of time, they really made a beautiful garden there. That year, that particular plant, it gave so many fruits that it was enough for all the children, for Guruji's house, and they could distribute it all over the place. Srikrishna says, Annad bhavanti okay, so let's read that shloka. That shloka is very, very important. Srikrishna is bringing this knowledge very clearly. What is Yagna Bhava? What is the effect of the Yagna Bhava? We have to understand. So this particular shloka, in this particular shloka, what is Sri Krishna saying? Annad bhavanti bhutani parjanyad anna sambhavaha yajnad bhavati parjanyo yajna karma samudbhavaha. All living beings, ant, you, elephant, even a plant, even what we may think of as a non-living, everything needs some or other kind of food. It is a food that helps that particular being to continue to live. And how food itself comes? Fundamental source of food is rain. And how rain comes is what we need to understand very clearly. Rains come because there is Yagna Bhava. Yagna Bhava creates the true rain. The so many fruits that I spoke about in that little story, so many fruits came because there was a Yagna Bhava. Come, let's care for all of this. Let's share whatever that comes so that all of us can enjoy. That tree then knows that you are not seeking only for you, because existence is operating through that tree. And you will receive much, much more. That's what happened there. A Yagna Bhava. And as one does activities with a Yagna Bhava, for whose sake? For everybody's sake. Earn. But for whose sake? Okay, why earn only for yourself? Why only for your own little family? See whether how you can earn for so many others. If you are learning something, why learn only for yourself? Learn so that, can I teach someone else? Can I, using this learning, can I benefit others? Learn so that you can share. So this is Yagna Bhava. As one does whatever they're doing with Yagna Bhava, the mind naturally starts becoming peaceful, starts finding harmony with everything else around it. Me becomes subdued. And that me starts seeing the harmony of the existence. When such a harmony has happened, then in such a mind, the question, who am I? The vicharana alone can remove the Dvaita Bhava and take one to Advaita. Who am I? What is this world? What is the connection between me and the world? Fundamental three questions. Who am I? What is this world? What is the connection between me and the world? And these three fundamental questions have to resolve in this little me completely going away and only divine remaining. That is the strength of those three questions, not as a philosophical, intellectual questions, but where the true realization happens. Advaita. There is no me who is separate from anything else. That's simply an illusion. That establishes one in the sannyasa. Atman is the true sannyasi. Sannyasi means what? Sannyasi means the one who has no desire, no necessity of action, because there is no expectation of a fruit. And you, as pure Atman, you are the true sannyasi. So not the one who wears the dress is a sannyasi. Not the one who is not wearing the dress is not a sannyasi. Neither of that. The true sannyasi is your true self is the true sannyasi. However, as an institution, we have sannyasa ashrama. The one who truly has realized is a true sannyasi, not because of the dress they wear, but by the inner clarity that has been established and the way they live their life. And the inner reality is you, as that pure awareness, is the only true sannyasi. So Srikrishna wants you and me to reach that supreme destination, that supreme reality. Supreme because beyond that, there is no more tensions or worries. Beyond that, there is no what I received, what I did not receive. No worry of losing or winning. He wants you and me to be established in that. Only when you're established in that can you truly operate in different situations of life without any kind of a tension or anxiety. The other day, I shared that little snippet about how our Modi ji is performing various duties in this very, very tumultuous time. So to be able to function like that is sthita pragnatva, where the situations are not disturbing you. When can it happen? When you truly get established here. And when you truly know that world is no separate from the divine awareness. And you, as an independent entity, is simply an imagination. This is the ultimate destination that Krishna wants you and me to get established in. And for that, initially, Karma Yoga. Do whatever you're doing as a yagna, as an offering, is very easy because most people are caught up in what I got, what I did not get. Most people, if you notice, 99.9% are I am separate from the world. So that bhava has to be removed. So therefore, simple. Do service. Very easy. Anybody understands. But as the mind becomes subtle, one has to question, who is this me who is doing something in the world, wanting to get something? And that alone leads to final liberation. So this is Karma Sanyasa. Karma Sanyasa is none of this really matters. And I and this are not separate. Hari Om. Are there any questions, any clarifications anybody seeks? Is all of this bringing clarity?
Yeah.
Kushiji, now if you have to say what is Karma Yoga and what is Karma Sanyasa Yoga, and is what Salumartha Timmaka is doing, is it Karma Yoga or Karma Sanyasa Yoga? How would you answer now?
Sir, now I understood, like, she was doing it with love, whatever she was doing. There was no like selfish intentions behind it. She was doing it thinking like about the people, like who they will enjoy the shed. They will be able to like get proper, shed for themselves. Like she was doing it with gratefulness.
Wonderful. So how would you say, is it Karma Yoga or Karma Sanyasa Yoga?
And, oh, my mic was off. Karma yoga, sir.
Karma Yoga. Correct. Because from an outside viewpoint, Karma Sanyasa Yoga is one truly giving up, is one truly not worried about the fruits of the action, cannot be seen.
Mm.
Internal state of Krishna cannot be seen by anybody else. Internal state of Sadguru cannot be seen by anyone else. It's all merely in your mind how you are imagining. However, what is important is what is you, how you are doing. Are you at peace with what you are doing? Have you got clarity and have you got established? That's the only question that really matters. And Salumartha Timmaka or Srikrishna or Sadguru, they are examples, role models for you and me, because you and me are only observing their outside behavior and the intention of their actions. They are examples, they are role models, so that I can imbibe the same qualities. But the true inner state is only something for you to feel and to get established in. So from an outside, just because somebody is wearing a ochre color dress doesn't make them a sannyasi. Just because, like how Padmaji said, King Janaka must be wearing grand dress. Modi wears grand dress when he goes to all these meetings. Doesn't necessarily mean he is not a sannyasi. Smitaji, do you have anything to share or any questions to ask?
No, very well explained.
All right.
I was in fact thinking the example of Modi ji only when you were telling.
Correct. That is why in Bharata, the way the society has been organized, in the society, always the key positions were given for truly realized beings, truly established beings, because your home is a function of how your parents have established the culture in the home. And now, as you being parents, what you do is what your children absorb. In that sense, a nation is what the king is. Yatha Raja Tatha Praja. Very important realization that our great masters had. Therefore, the focus was always on transformation at the top, because transformation at the top naturally brings transformation at the other layers in the society. So they cared not only for you as an individual, the way the Sanatana Samskriti is, how the society itself can function harmoniously. So that's why the examples of Rama as the ideal king, Rama Rajya, not for nothing. They could have chosen so many examples. They could have chosen examples of somebody who has gone and fought so many wars. But why Rama Rajya? Why King Janaka? Why are they the ideal kings? Why Duryodhana is not the ideal king? Very important. At an individual level, you have to get established. Also, at a society level, also this harmony has to come. And at a society level, harmony comes only when the king himself or herself is truly established. Let's end our today's session. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Sarvam Shri Krishnarpanamastu.